Module 2, Lesson 7's objective will continue on this page. Measure and compare lengths using standard metric length units and non-standard lengths units. Then relate the measurement to unit size. Problem 4 says, line X is 1 meter. Line Y is 89 centimeters. Line X is blank centimeters. So if you recall, back in Lesson 4 of the same module, we learned that 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeters. So we need to write that on the line. Now, knowing that line X is 100 centimeters and line Y is 89 centimeters, students should be able to tell which one is longer, line X or line Y. Continuing on the same problem, it also asks us how much longer is line X than line Y. When we are comparing two things, we're trying to find the difference. So when you are finding the difference, we subtract, because the answer to its subtraction problem is called the difference. So we take 100 and subtract 89. Those are the values of line X and Y. In order to complete this problem, we need to pull 10 out of 100 or decompose it. 100 is the same as 10 plus 90. Then we'll bring down the subtraction sign and bring down the 89. Looking at this, we know that 90 minus 89 gives you 1. We'll bring down the 10 and the addition sign. 10 plus 1 is 11. So that means that line X is 11 centimeters longer than line Y. When completing problem 5, your student will use the same exact strategies as was used in the sample that I did on number 4. For number 6, Jordan measured the length of a line with large paper clips. His friend measured the length of the same line with small paper clips. The student should be able to write a number on the line for about how many paper clips Jordan used. Again, Jordan used the large paper clips. On the next line, about how many small paper clips did his friend use? Then they will record that number on the line. Then on the last 2 lines, your student needs to say why Jordan's friend needed more paper clips to measure the same line as he did. Make sure your student answers in a complete sentence, beginning his or her sentence with a capital and ending with punctuation mark. Thank you. Module 2, Lesson 7's objective is to measure and compare lengths using standard metric length units and non-standard lengths units. Then relate the measurement to unit size. On this worksheet, number 1 asks that we use a centimeter ruler and paper clips to measure and compare lengths. As you can see, I've inserted a centimeters ruler. It is important to remember that the students need to be using the correct numbers when measuring. Along the top of my ruler, you can see inches. Along the bottom is centimeters, as noted on the ruler. First, have your student line their ruler up with the edge of the line, and then notice how far the ruler goes. As you can see, my ruler is not long enough to measure line Z. So what I will do is draw an end mark or a hash. Now I will pick up my ruler and move it down a little further. Where the hash mark was 9 centimeters. And as you can see, there is 1 more centimeter of line left. So line Z is 9 centimeters plus 1 centimeter, which is 10 centimeters long. So I will record that on the line. Now it asks that we measure line Z using a non-standard unit of measurement. That would be a paper clip. So I'll move the ruler out of the way. and pick up the paper clip. As you know, paper clips are non-standard units of measurement because they are not the same. They're close to the same in length, but not the same. So I'll line my paper clip up along the edge of the line. And now I'll go grab a couple more paper clips and drag them over to line them up with the one that's already at the line. I'll try to make sure that my paper clips are right up against each other. That way there's no spaces. If we leave spaces, there is that space that will not be measured. So it's important we try not to leave space between our paper clips. Almost done. Okay, so let's see how long line Z is in paper clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Line Z is 12 paper clips long. It's all recorded on the line. It says line Z doubled would measure blank paper clips or blank centimeters. So doubled means we have to add the same number 2 times together. So let's do the paper clips first. We can see that there are 12 paper clips for line Z. So if we're going to double it, we'll add 12 and 12. We know when decomposing that 12 is the same as 10 plus 2. Again, 12 is the same as 10 plus 2. I like to circle the 10s. Here's a 10 and here's a 10. So 10 and 10 is 20. And then add the other 2 numbers together. 2 and 2 is 4. And 20 plus 4 is 24. So if the line Z doubled in paper clips, would be 24 paper clips long. Now, if we're doubling the centimeters, we know that line Z is 10 centimeters long. So if we double that, we'll have 10 plus 10. I always circle my 10s. That's all we have this time. So 10 plus 10 is 20. Line Z will be 20 centimeters long if we double it. For problem 2, you will do the same thing and find out how many paper clips long line A is, as well as how many centimeters long it is. Then you will record the answers on the lines provided. You will do the same thing with line B. As you look down further, the next problem says line A is blank paper clips longer than line B. When you see the words longer than, it is asking for a comparison. They want to know the difference, and a difference is a subtraction problem. So what you will do is you will start with the large number. So since line A is the larger, longer number, we'll go ahead and put line A's number there and line B's number here. Since they're asking you to compare the two, finding out how much longer line A is, we'll subtract. The answer to this problem will be recorded right here. Again, you'll be using paper clips on that one. For line B doubled, it's just exactly like we did at the top when we doubled line Z. We're going to double line B, and when we double it, we add. Then we will put down line A here. So first we're going to double line B, then we're just going to compare line A. It didn't ask us to double line A, so we're not going to. So we'll double line B, then subtract line A to get the difference in size. That number will be recorded right here. And finally, on problem 3, it asks you to draw a line that is 8 centimeters and another line below it that is 12 centimeters. When your student is drawing the line, be sure that he or she starts at the end of the ruler. That way, the end of the ruler is 0. And at this age, students often want to start at the number 1. Students should remember to start their drawing with the line beginning at the end of the ruler. Sometimes, however, rulers have the number 0 printed on them. In that case, they would start at the number 0.